knife and actually stabbed him, which was sad. And he was the best player on the team. There's another signature on here of a guy by the name of Warren Moore. Okay? Warren Moore, we have hip-hop music to this day. And you'd say, and he wasn't a musician. Warren, in my town, used to go into a pizzeria that used to just like to rhyme. And when he'd go in, he thought it was kind of peculiar. And it was, you know, and understand this is, you know, back in the mid-70s, and there was no rap music at the time. He goes in and says, that's interesting. I used to deliver newspapers to a woman by the name of Sylvia Robinson. Okay, Sylvia is in the Music Hall of Fame. I'm talking about the Rock and Roll Music Hall of Fame. You've heard of her song if you ever watched Dirty Dancing, Mickey and Sylvia, okay? The song is in that. She also had a big hit in 1973, Pillow Talk. Anyway, Warren was good friends with her son Joey, and he spoke to them and said, hey, this guy, there's something to what he's doing. Maybe your mom should listen to this. He spoke to Sylvia. Sylvia threw Warren and her son Joey in the back of her Cadillac, drove over to Crispy Crust Pizza, told the kid to come out. He got in the back seat, did his little rhyme act. She thought it was unbelievable. She said, I have a music studio in Englewood, come down. She did an audition, open audition. A couple other kids from the area, Englewood Teaneck, panned out. They cut a record. They became the Sugar Hill Gang. And if you've ever heard Rapper's Delight, and I'm sure you have, it was the very first rap hit. And it's all because of Warren Moore, who's on this baseball.
There you go. That's awesome.
All that crispy crust pizza.
Okay.
By the way, that's a really cool thing to have all these years that you kept the baseball. And I don't know if anybody here does this, but I do it with my kids when they have a great game and maybe they get the game ball to take home. I always put him down when we get home, sit down, I give him a pen, he signs his name, and then I'll help him write the stats. He was 2 for 3 that day, a double, and then we put it in a case just like that, and those are really the most priceless memories.
Oh, I could, listen, buy yourself a $25 baseball. If your father is still alive, have him sign it. It will be the most valuable piece in your collection, trust me. All these years later, I have, you know, autographs of my father. Those are my most revered pieces, believe me. So do that, you know, it'd be a great thing to own, really. Just, you know, right on the sweet spot. Don't let mom sign it, just let dad sign it. Okay, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I'll just show you another piece. CGC had already started encapsulating sports cards as well as non-sports cards. When they purchased JSA, we started doing authentication of autographs. The very first card ever authenticated through CGC, and this would happen just prior to the National, is this 1968 Mickey Mantle Topps card. Okay? I pulled this card out of a pack from Ed's Candy Pit in Englewood, New Jersey in 1968. I think I paid $6 for the whole darn pack, bubblegum included. All right? Probably around 1990, I got this signed by Mickey. Has a lot of creases in it. Why? Because I kept it in my wallet for, you know, my youth. And Mickey signed it. And it's really one of the finer items in my collection, not in pristine condition. It's not even graded because of that, but it is indeed authentic. So I got it, you know, got it signed myself in Glen Rock, New Jersey, actually. Yes.